Hello and welcome to Designs by Newish. Today I'll be doing some fun Christmas designs on t-shirts for my grandchildren, and thought I'll bring you along to show you the process. Right here I have a blank t-shirt, and I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit with a regular house iron to get the wrinkles out so that the design will lay flat. And I'm placing my design in the center. I'm really kind of eyeballing it, but I'm using this ruler just to make sure I'm not too far off center. And when you like your placement, you just take your Teflon sheet, put it over there, and you follow the instructions from your HTV, whatever's on the package. I've been doing it for so long, I just kind of know what I'm doing at this point, but I did speed this video up for the sake of not making it too long so that we can get through this process and I can show you how it turns out. And when you peel it away, you try to do it all at one time, but you saw it kind of slipped out my fingers, but you just kind of want to do it as smoothly as possible. Now this design I did download from the internet and kind of modified it. So I'm just placing some little Mickey Mouse heads as bulbs onto the tree. And this process, you don't want any of those to overlap. So I will go back over it. I put them on kind of sparsely at first, but you'll see the finished project at the end, and you'll see that I have more Mickey Mouse heads on there. It's quite full at the end and turns out really pretty. But right here, what I want you to take from here is the placement, and even if you have to layer it 2 or 3 different times, you don't want any of that clear film to overlap because it'll mess up the design under it or on top of it. And you'll just place your Teflon sheet, follow your instructions for heat setting, and go from there. Now it is hot and you have to be really careful. It will burn your fingers if you try to peel it too soon. There's also instructions on whether to peel it hot or cool. Honestly, I forgot some of the timings on those, so I just kind of go middle of the road, and I'm having success so far. But you want to follow the instructions on your vinyl until you get the hang of it. It's turning out cute already. And I'm just going over it to make sure that everything is well adhered to it. And this is the back of the t-shirt. I cut out a little small Christmas tree just to put at the nape of the neck to give it that surprise element. I think it's so cute. And again, I'm eyeballing the placement. These designs are really fun to pick out. I went with the Christmas tree theme here, but you can download and cut it out on your Cricut. And something as simple as a Christmas tree, you can probably cut it out by hand. But it's a lot more easy to do with one of your cutting machines, so I would recommend that. And some vinyls you can't layer on, but this one you can, and It's really a good vinyl. I wish I could remember the name of the manufacturer of it. It is, when you're done, it looks like one piece. It is just absolutely beautiful in person. I don't think that this video does justice to it. I try to move it around where you can get a good look, but it's just not transferring or translating that way. But trust me, in person, it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, these are the leggings, and I decided that I wanted to put a design on those as well. So on this leg, I chose a Christmas tree and kind of followed the same steps I just did with the one on the back. And I'm going to use a Mickey head with a different design on this side. And later on in the video, you'll see where I added an initial to personalize this outfit. But um, it's just so much fun just being unique and different, um, and trying and creating these little outfits for my grandchildren. I do use a lot of pressure. Well, I'm not going to say a lot of pressure, but a little pressure to make sure that I got a really good, attachment with the fabric, because during washing they can peel up. So you want to follow the instructions that come with the vinyl to the T. Now, peeling that up, I did see that I caused it to ripple a little bit. I may have peeled it too quick, but um, it came out perfectly once I hit it with the iron again. Excuse me. And this ruler, I just kind of take it, and it's cool to the touch, so it helps cool down the vinyl where I can peel it a little bit quicker. There you have it. Now, I noticed that Christmas tree took on some of the um, marks from the towel that I'm using underneath. You try to get a smooth surface there too, but I just kind of did this makeshift iron in place so that I can make this video. But if you have a very smooth surface, that will be best. And here I am just putting some more design element down the sleeve just to pull a design together and give it a little bit more of a wow factor. And trust me, these little um, two-piece blank outfits that I make for my grandchildren, they turn heads. I always get so many questions. Where do you get that? Um, back in the day, I used to do it to make extra money. And I mean, wow, it was such a high demand for it. So if you have this skill set, maybe you can consider doing that as well. But right now, I just do it for fun for my granddaughters, and I just enjoy seeing them look cute around the holidays in these little outfits. And right here, I'm just checking for placement, just roughly measuring so I can get it somewhat even. It is a handmade product, so it's not going to be perfect, but you don't want anything just looking all lopsided and crazy either. Now, these Mickey heads, I did order the SVG from an Etsy site, and I have the licensing to use it for, excuse me, personal use. So You might want to look into that if you decided you wanted to do this to sell it. You can buy the right license for that. But there you have it. That little red one is showing some wrinkles or so in it, so I think I'm going to go back over that to try to smooth it out a little bit. And I think it did the job, even though it's kind of off camera. I'm pretty satisfied with it at this point. And here I am just kind of laying it out for you to show my little design as a whole. Now when you cut the vinyl out, I'm going to show you this weeding process on this vinyl. This is some of the best vinyl out there. It's smooth and it's got like a matte finish, but it peels like, it weeds like a dream. And you just use the little weeding tool that come with your Cricut. Well, actually I have to buy it individually, but it is a lifesaver when it comes to weeding. And it just peels off so smooth. And there's my design right there for my upcoming design that I'm going to do on this t-shirt, which I have another big Mickey Mouse head, and I'm going to make a Rudolph. I'm going to put the antlers and the nose and that bow that I just weeded on it, and it's going to turn out absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to take you all through that process, just kind of showing you this part of it, because you have to lay this down perfectly so that your antlers and everything will be in the right order. And I'll be laying those down in a minute, showing those to you. So once you're happy with the placement, then you can start to press it down with your iron. But that's as far as I'm going to take it, and then I'll just show you the finished product. Okay. And there you have it. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And those were my scraps. I keep a box of scraps. I don't throw away anything, because just like those little Mickey heads, they're not even an inch. And I got so many out of there, just out of my scraps. I didn't have to go buy new vinyl to do any of this. And I'm showing you here that I did the same design element on the pant leg and used those same Christmas lights. I just scaled them up and put them on the side of the pant leg there and placed the initial on the end of the sleeve, just again to personalize it. But it turned out beautiful. I love this process. It's quick and easy, and I would encourage you to try it too, just to maybe you can do it for a whole family for one of your Christmas outings. It'll just be beautiful, I'm sure. Well, enjoy it, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and